I woke up this morning and I was really thinking, well, who am I? I'm B. I know that I can see myself, but who am I? Because in the end of it all, B is a character that I am playing on this stage of life. The stage of life that's set up for B. Underneath it all, there has to be some sort of solitude energy that is reciprocated and projected as who I identify as. I've grown quite attached to this player that I'm playing in this life, but I know that it is not who I soundly am, and I know that there is more to me than B. And one of the main routes in life that I always say that I should take is that you need to meet yourself, become your true self, find out who you are and what you like and what you don't like. And to be quite frank, I have no idea who I am. And every time I get a step closer to finding out who I might be, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. And every single day that I wake up, I'm a new person. And every single experience I experience, I am a new person. And they are all me. They are all B. But it is a new, reformed, shaped B. Evolution will never end as long as conditions continue. Something as simple as it deciding to rain one day, or you decided to put on a pair of blue socks instead of a pair of pink socks. That is in itself a minuscule addition to evolution. Everything is me touching this tree, this beautiful tree that I'm sitting under. Me owning a dog, it is all a part of evolution. It doesn't have to be just with the physicality. Mental evolution is just as important as physical evolution. And I think we need to stop trying to find out who we are in a sense of maybe let's just understand why we are. Because who I am is something that I could never explain in terms. Why I am is also something I could never explain in terms, but something that I can even comprehend and understand why I am is because, well, this is the life I was given and this is why I am. This is why I am B. I would have never been B if this was never my life. I would never have been sitting here underneath a tree talking about who am I? I don't know. Because who I am is infinite. Who I am is not who I'm going to be tomorrow. Who I am is not who I was yesterday. Who I am is not how others perceive me to be. So who am I? In this life, no matter how close to me I might become, knowing every side of what I may or may not like and who I may or may not be, every step I get closer, I'm dissolving who I may be and more infiltrating myself into this life of who I'm playing. I'm taking away the grand scheme of the possibilities, and I'm like, no, I am B. This is the reality of my life, and this is why, right? This is what I do like, this is what I don't like. And it kind of takes away the grand scheme of life. How I am within, inside everything, and everything is within inside me. As much as you try to deny it, I mean, it's right in front of you. Not a scientist, and I think science is also BS. But I guess in the multitude of things, I think it's more important to not so much desolate yourself from the rest of the world and desolate yourself from the continuity of all the souls, because every single person you meet, you may say have nothing in common with them. There's always something to learn, and that's why I feel reading is so beautiful. Meeting strangers and talking to anyone is beautiful, even if it's someone you hate, because you are quite literally having a conversation with a reflection of somebody that you maybe could have been. And there's something to learn from every single interaction. So you can't desolate yourself and be like, let's steer away from all outside influences. You know, you're not worth my time or my energy. Maybe there's a reason that they're not worth your time and your energies, to show you another side of yourself. Because they are all you. And you are all them. And you may feel so isolated, but maybe that's because we're trying to determine ourselves as an individual in a world where we're meant to be, you know, homogeneous together. Let's use some old terms, but maybe let's just stop trying to figure out who we are, and let's start trying to figure out who we are and why we are. Not who I am. 'Cause let me tell you, we ain't never gonna find out who we are or why we are. But stop trying to force yourself to be an individual. Stop trying to fit an aesthetic in life, to fit a script. Yeah, it's so much more beautiful when you just let be and let free, and just understand that, like, we are a character that we're playing in this stage of life. And this stage of life is unpredictable in a sense to the character. You know, we're improvising. We are improvising this entire play, and instead of trying to memorize and practice your lines, why not just be present on the stage? Yeah. So who am I? I'm not sure. Who are you? I don't know. Let me know. Let's figure it out together. But don't fixate so much on who you are. Be intimate with yourself and with your life. Be intimate with your being, like being actually present and like touching your skin, like looking at every little line on your hand, the way I got all these little hangnails and the way that my nail beds are shaped. And sometimes I'll even just stand and stare at myself in the mirror, or I'll like stand and stare at my dog. Like, I'm grounding myself in this present moment and being intimate with this life. Like this huge spider, right? That's something, if I wasn't grounded and present in the moment, I wouldn't be witnessing. There's so many things that we don't even notice because we're not being intimate with ourselves and with our life. And it's all these little parts of like almost dissolving with the atmosphere around you to be a vessel to just visualize through. Be an arbiter over your own hands, right? There's so many different ways that it can go, but you can take control and you can let go of control, and it's about finding the perfect balance between the two, because you can't have one or the other, as I so always say. Yeah, let go and be free. I don't know who I am, but I know that I'm B for right now. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good day.